This week on Eye on the Clarence.
I can't sleep tonight. I'm fearing for the future.
Hey, Mr. Harcher, can't you hear? We don't want no fracking here.
Hey, Mr. Harcher, can't you hear? We don't want no fracking here. Hey, Mr. Harcher,
Can't you hear? We don't want no fracking here.
Hey, Mr. Harcher, can't you hear?
We don't want no fracking here.
My name's Marilyn and I'm against coal seam gas because you've got to think about your grandkids and your great-grandkids in the future. How are they going to have water and food if there's none left? Plus where we live out, we've got underground water and it's absolutely perfect, pure water. And I can't see, with all the evidence that's come up in Queensland, how people can say it's harmless. That's all I want to say. Thank you.
Yeah, my name's John. I'm the Secretary of the local Environment Centre in South Grafton, and I've lived in the Clarence Valley now for about 34 years. I am opposed to coal seam gas because I am a grandparent. I have lovely grandchildren, and it is important to me that we leave a world in which they can live in, and I don't think coal seam gas burning is the way to go. To me, we have a state government who is working in a complete knowledge vacuum on all of this. They do not understand the implications. They have had an inquiry, a report generated by an inquiry that has told them that coal seam gas is as dirty as coal. That's unconventional gas. Any unconventional gas that requires fracking, multiple wellheads, joined by pipelines and roads, the carbon footprint of that entire exercise, plus fugitive emissions that nobody can measure, means that coal seam and unconventional gases are really, really potent greenhouse gas emitters. The European Union has just completed an inquiry, or received a report on an inquiry into the unconventional gas industry, and that has identified high risk of contamination of ground and surface water. It's identified a high risk of water depletion. It has identified a high risk of health problems, human health problems associated with the flaring and venting of gas into the air close to people's homes. They have identified a high use of land as a result, and high risk on a whole range of other features, including noise. Yes, I'll say a whole range of things. So coal seam gas and unconventional gas mining should definitely not be allowed anywhere in the world, much less here in New South Wales.
My name is Jane. I've been living in the Clarence Valley for 2 years. I'm anti-coal seam gas because we've got a beautiful valley here, and coal seam gas will destroy it not only in our generation but for the future generations. And we need to develop our industries in other ways, like the tourist industry would be brilliant. And the quick fix of the coal seam gas, which seems to be some people's idea of the way to go, will be a long-term catastrophe for Australia altogether.
Hi, my name's Shauneen Cooper. I live in the Clarence Valley and I've lived here since I was around 3 years old. I've lived all over the Clarence Valley, Harwood, Iluka, Chatsworth, Grafton, Jacobia, and I love this Clarence Valley. Ever since I heard about coal seam gas, I've been totally shocked, and I can't understand how politicians can let this happen around the world, all over the world, as we can see the evidence, so much evidence for coal seam gas and why we shouldn't have it. There are people living in gas fields that are suffering every day and living the nightmare. They've got sick children, they've got contaminated water, they're losing their farmland, they're losing their assets, their superannuation, their retirement, and it's just not fair. And why should we have to fight for this in our country? This is a free country, and I thought it was one of the best countries in the world. I think we need to come together all over Australia and say no to fracking in Australia and get it banned once and for all. Don't put up with the politicians any longer. We need to band together and fight for a common cause against this. Otherwise, we won't have a country to live in, to work in, to have our family and our future children. They will be affected the most, not to mention climate change. So the evidence is out there. We just need people to listen. Let's stop fracking in the Clarence Valley.
Hi, my name's Pam. I'm actually Pamela no CSG. About 12 months ago, I was campaigning for a red-tailed black cockatoo on Facebook, but I asked my daughter, would she like to join in, and she said, well, Mum, we've got something more important that is happening. Have you seen the coal seam gas DVD? I said, what is coal seam gas? So anyway, she took me and I watched it and I went, oh God, no, I'm horrified. This is shocking. Straight after that, within about a week or two, there was a march at Byron Bay, there was a march at Mulwillumbah Casino, where people were going out against it. So we went up and we marched at Byron Bay, where there was 3,000 people. I was overwhelmed by the whole thing. So upon returning back to Grafton, I decided we've got to do something. This is wrong. We've always gone out camping, we've swam in the waterholes, we've gone right out the back of the mountains and everywhere with the family. And we've always loved our valley because we've been here since 1979 and it was just so gorgeous we never left. So anyway, I decided to start this Facebook group. It was hard in the beginning, nobody was really interested, and then it slowly started to come together. Today we have 611 people on the group within 12 months. Every day I'm on there and I put up information so that people can read, can learn. That's all the group is about. A Facebook group where you can go for information. The rest of my family, they went their different ways and they did grassroots campaigning, where they went out and they visited people at farms and they got pamphlets together, they got meetings together, and then they joined with the Alliance. And now the Alliance is one big group of people doing grassroots campaigning in the district. We want to save our Clarence Valley. It's so precious. Once they put the chemicals down into the soil where they fracture it, they go down for about 1 kilometre and the arms go sideways everywhere. It will end up underneath dams and underneath rivers. And when they fracture the soil, well, then all these chemicals, they leach everywhere. They go into the dams, the rivers, you name it, the streams, people's drinking water, and then ultimately, in the finish, to the town water. We all need to get together on this. We need to stop it. We need to do this for our future. I've got 14 grandchildren plus another 3, which equals 17. This is their future. We've had a good time till now. I'm old enough to say that I've had a lovely time here in Australia. We need to think for the future for our children. Thank you.
Hey, Mr. Harcher, can't you hear? We don't want no fracking here.
I can't sleep tonight. I'm fearing for the future. The future of our precious southern land.